What is a crater? An impact crater is a circular depression in the surface of a planet, moon, or other solid body, formed by a very high-velocity collision with a smaller body, such as an asteroid. Travel almost anywhere in the solar system and you'll find craters, evidence of one of the most important processes that affect the evolution of the planets. Asteroids are small, rocky, or metallic bodies, formed early in our solar system's history. Most of the craters we find on Earth, the Moon, and the inner planets were formed by asteroid impacts. So far, over 100,000 asteroids larger than 1 kilometer have been identified, and more are discovered every week. Most asteroids are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, the asteroid belt, shown in green. Red markers show the asteroids whose orbits bring them closer to Earth. How do they reach us and become meteorites? Contrary to popular myth, the asteroid belt is mostly empty space. Asteroids are separated by millions of miles. The story of an asteroid's journey to Earth often starts with a collision between two asteroids within the asteroid belt. Under some conditions, impacts disperse asteroid fragments in all directions, sending each one in a different orbit. While many of these will continue to orbit harmlessly, sometimes one of the broken-off pieces will have an orbital period that is exactly twice, 3 times, or another whole number multiple of Jupiter's orbital period. They regularly come close to the giant planet, and in the same way a child on a swing can reach higher and higher by adding energy in time to each swing, these asteroids experience a tug every time they pass close to Jupiter. Over time, Jupiter's immense gravitational pull can elongate their orbits, sending the asteroid fragments off their original paths. For a few asteroids, the result is a collision course with Earth. Although the vast majority of asteroid fragments that approach Earth burn up harmlessly in the atmosphere, a few are large enough to reach the surface and make a crater. When collisions do occur, the severity of the event depends not only on the size of the incoming object, but also on its angle and speed. If the asteroid is approaching in a head-on collision, its relative speed compared to the Earth's surface is very high. Impact events the size of meteor crater average once every 100,000 years. Impacts that could cause regional devastation happen on average every 1,000,000 years. Catastrophic impacts leading to global extinctions are very rare, spaced by many tens of millions of years. The large crater that is associated with the extinction of most of the dinosaurs 65 million years ago has been completely filled in. It can be detected with special instruments that measure the density of the rocks below the surface. Most of the time, the asteroid fragments that make craters are vaporized on impact and cannot be found. However, when the incoming asteroid arrives from a direction that is similar to the Earth's motion, the slower relative impact velocity makes it less likely that the object will burn up as it passes through the atmosphere. These less violent collisions usually leave the asteroid fragments that we find and collect, called meteorites. A good example of this kind of impact occurred in 1992, when thousands observed a fireball over Peekskill, New York. Pieces of the meteorite damaged a car and were recovered. Meteorites have been collected from all over the world and have been studied by scientists who use them to learn more about the properties of asteroids and the early history of our solar system.